What is up? Back here with another YouTube video, and in case you cannot tell by the title below, this video will be a video where I share my thoughts, opinions on if JC Mateo, also known as and arguably better known as Jeff Cobb, will succeed in WWE. I figured it's been a couple of weeks since his WWE, I apologize, proper debut. Figured that I would give my thoughts. Would love to know what your thoughts and opinions are on one, the name JC Mateo. I've definitely heard worse. For the sake of this video, if I call him Jeff Cobb, he's still Jeff Cobb in my brain, kind of deal. But I just want to say, one, again, would love to know your thoughts on him in general, and if you think he will succeed, whatever your definition of success looks like. And for myself personally, for the sake of this video, do I see Mateo as a next Roman Reigns, next Cody Rhodes, next John Cena, the face of WWE, multi-time WrestleMania main eventer, world champion? No. So if you say that only winning world championships, only main eventing WrestleMania that's your definition of a success, Jeff Cobb will not be successful in WWE. For myself personally, my expectations and how I think his when I say hypothetical, how he defines success could be different how I define success. I see him more as a tag team, US Intercontinental level kind of deal. I'm not saying that he will never challenge for the world champion, never be in serious contention for it, but I would much rather see Jacob Fatu challenge for the world championship than Jeff Cobb or JC Mateo kind of deal. For myself personally, I can also see him being successful bell to bell, putting on really good TV matches. When I say few and far in between pay-per-view matches, usually they're like 5 or 6 matches for vast majority of the WWE pay-per-views. Maybe cracking like outside of like the battle royals, the Royal Rumbles, like 3 or 4 a year, one-on-one, that is kind of deal. But whenever he's in the ring, given time, I can see him having a good match. What was it, last week or the week before? He had in my opinion, really fun match with LA Knight, and I'll be the first one to admit I'm not necessarily the biggest LA Knight fan, and it was a good debut match for myself personally. Was like 15 minutes on SmackDown kind of deal. But yeah, when it comes to success, for myself personally, if he, again, I think he's like 42. He definitely has more of a career behind him than in front of him. I think he's been wrestling 15 years. I don't see him wrestling until he's 57 and whatnot. But when it comes to his successfulness in WWE, I can see it being somewhat to what AJ Styles is kind of doing right now. And what I mean by that is, if AJ Styles challenges for the Intercontinental Championship this coming Monday, would not be surprised. If he also misses an episode, would not be surprised. And then the week after, he could challenge for the WWE Championship kind of deal. No matter where you put AJ Styles, it feels right. And I can see Jeff Cobb, JC Mateo being something similar. I don't see him being, again, a world champion, WrestleMania main eventer. I've also thought the same thing about Kevin Owens, and I was wrong about that. And I just can see wherever you put Mateo on the card, no matter who you put him up against, match-wise, throwaway TV match, or feud-wise, tag team match-wise, it would fit well. And in that logic, to me, that would be successful kind of deal. So do I see him being successful? Yeah. I just don't see him being that uber duper, super duper successful kind of deal on the level of Roman Reigns or Cody Rhodes or John Cena kind of deal. And sometimes I'm a big hockey fan, and not everybody can be a Connor McDavid. Sometimes you need a Brian Little. kind of deal. I know that they never played on the same team together, but if you follow hockey, you need just more players than your number one center. You need like third, fourth line, second line, wingers kind of deal. Your seventh defenseman in the case of hockey, but like, you know what I mean. But yeah, do I see him being successful? Yeah, just not the super duper 1A guys. Those are my thoughts and opinions. Would love to know what yours are down in the comments below. It would be greatly appreciated by yours truly. Treat yourself as well as possible, mentally, emotionally, and physically, because you deserve the absolute best without a shadow of a doubt.